Let me tell you a quick story that might relate to you as a soulpreneur who has this passion to serve others, but sometimes you find that your offerings and your message isn't connecting in the way with the masses that you do want to serve. Okay, so the story goes like this. There was once a passionate explorer who wanted to discover the secrets of life and to find the most fulfilling path, the fulfilling way to live, and to bring those secrets to all of their people. And this explorer started at the riverbank, where there were a lot of people at the riverbank looking for this kind of treasure, this kind of wisdom. And the explorer said, well, there's a lot of common wisdom here. There's a lot of common things you can find here. And you can see most people at the riverbank were still struggling. And so this explorer started to look elsewhere where fewer people were, and eventually found this mountain and started to make this difficult journey up the mountain. The explorer said there's something up the mountain that will probably provide the secrets that we're looking for. So this explorer took this difficult journey up the mountain and get on all the way to the peak, had the peak experience, and found the treasure up there, found the wisdom up there, and said, this is it. This is what I need to bring down. This is what I need to share with the people. So this explorer started to shout from the mountaintop, hey everyone, down at the river, come up here. This is where the treasure is. Okay? And people, the river was flowing fast, and the people weren't listening. People couldn't hear, actually. Most of the people couldn't hear. Occasionally, one or two people heard it from this constant shouting and decided to take the trip up the mountain on their own. Very dangerous and difficult to find the treasure up there. But most of the people down at the river couldn't hear the person at the explorer at the top shouting. So eventually the explorer realized, okay, I have to bring the wisdom and the treasure down to the people at the river. So the explorer humbled themselves and took the work to come down toward the people at the river to figure out how to speak in their language so that give the wisdom, the treasure to them, to serve them. And eventually the people at the river, some of them said, you know what, this is really, really helpful. Even the little bit you've given us is really helpful. And they were then step by step willing to take the difficult journey up the mountain, to do the work of going up the mountain, to experience that peak experience. So how does this relate to you as a soulpreneur? Do you find yourself shouting from the mountain to the people at the river? Maybe you need to do the work of coming down the mountain toward your people to learn how to speak in their language, to bring the treasure to them. Now, how do we do that? We do it by listening, by asking them questions. Go where the people are, meet people where they're at. I mean, this is why you can see whenever there's a social media platform that it comes up and I say, that might be where my people are at, I go there. And I always test it out, try it out, and if it's useful enough, I tend to teach it to my clients and teach it to my audience. Recently I've been teaching a course on Substack, and I even did a webinar on Threads. At some point I'll probably do one on Blue Sky. But anyway, it's like you go where the people are at, and you try to speak you try to understand them well enough to speak in their language, bringing the treasure and the wisdom that you developed through your own journey of going up the mountain. And we need to do more of this. We need to have more conversation where people are at. And we literally need to have conversations with people. I find that most of the people that I try to help, they've had so few conversations of market discovery. I have a course called Authentic Market Discovery that goes through this step-by-step process. But the key is basically to have conversations with the people who are following you on social media. Even you have 20 followers, 50 followers, try to talk to as many of them as possible. Maybe starting with your friends who are similar to your ideal client type, or who know people who are like your ideal clients. Talk to people about their issues, their issues and their yearnings surrounding the type of thing you want to offer. You have to talk to enough people, probably dozens of people that you have to talk to really get the visceral sense of their struggles and their yearnings and the language and the common language that they're using. The more people you talk to, the more you're going to get this common language. And the last thing I'll say is these conversations don't have to be a chore. They don't have to be, homework. Or look at these conversations as potential healing and empowering experiences for both the person you're talking to and for you. You're approaching this from a place of genuine curiosity and caring. So therefore, of course, these conversations can be genuinely healing and empowering for both. So I encourage you to, and last thing I'll say is the river. Also, there's another analogy for the river. The river is the river of cash. The river of cash, the transactions that are happening in our economy, that's where the river is. And that's where most of the people are. Okay, so this is why you need to come down from the mountain, go towards the people, talk to more of the people at the river. From curiosity and caring, have these wonderful conversations, find the patterns, and then therefore you'll be much more easily able to create aligned offers that sell much more. Okay, so I hope this is helpful, and thank you for joining me on this journey as well.